Hey, what is up guys, Woo here back with a brand new video, and today we are going to be redoing an old series of mine differently, and this time we are redoing the series of What If Midoriya Had His Parents' Quirks, but under a new name, which is What If Midoriya Had a Quirk. Now for this video we are going to be giving him the quirk Pyrokinesis. Now this is the first difference from the original video, and he will have the ability to manipulate fire, and he can also breathe fire. The reason why he's able to manipulate fire is because of his mom's quirk fusing with his dad's quirk, and I just personally wanted him to have his father's quirk as his own separate thing as well, causing him to also have the quirk to breathe fire. Think of it like Todoroki's half cold, half hot. He has both quirks, but only the breathing fire from his mouth and the manipulating fire quirk is on his hands. So it's like my own little excuse to get away with him having both of these quirks. But without further ado, let's get started. Midoriya walks home after a long day of school when all of a sudden a giant sludge villain is coming to attack him. He jumps away in confusion as he tries to defend himself. Midoriya breathes fire out of his mouth and it hits the sludge villain. The villain screams in pain as he scoots back. Then the villain says that he has a nice quirk and wants to have it for his own. Midoriya starts to get worried as the villain goes towards him, but before the villain can get Midoriya, they both hear something, as they both turn around and hear someone say, "No more worries, young boy, because I am here." Midoriya freaks out in celebration, saying, "Oh my god, it's All Might." Then the sludge villain tries to run away, but All Might stops him using his famous Texas Smash. Midoriya sits there in awe, seeing how easy it was for All Might to take down the sludge villain. After All Might finished putting the sludge villain inside the soda bottles to contain him, Midoriya asks if he has any tips for him since he wants to go to the hero course of UA High. All Might tells him that if he feels like he's at his limit, keep going beyond, plus Ultra. Then All Might leaps away. The next day at school, Midoriya decides to take All Might's words to heart and starts to figure out a workout plan to help him get into the best shape he can possibly be in. He runs into Bakugo on his way out of school as Bakugo asks him why he's going into UA High. Midoriya replies to him saying that it's the best way to guarantee he's going to become an amazing hero, and All Might told him to go beyond plus Ultra. Bakugo wishes him good luck, saying that he plans to go to UA as well, and he's going to be better than Midoriya for sure. Now, the reason why Bakugo doesn't bully Midoriya in this story is because Midoriya has a quirk. Bakugo sees Midoriya more as a rival, and Midoriya sees them more as friends, rather than Bakugo just bullying him all the time, like in the main story. Anyway, let's get back to this what if. Midoriya is training for the entrance exams at UA and decides, besides working on his physique, he needs to improve his quirk as well. He gathers a bunch of wood into a pile and breathes fire, lighting the wood on fire. Then, Midoriya takes a deep breath and starts to control the fire. He moves the fire, left, right, until he starts to feel the withdrawal of the pyrokinesis. He gains a huge headache that overtakes him as he falls to the floor screaming in pain until he stops controlling the fire. As he keeps using his fire-breathing quirk, trying to increase its range until its throat starts to feel burned out. Then he decides that he should stop for that day. 10 months later, it's the day of the UA entrance exams, and Midoriya walks to the front of the steps of the school ready for the exams. He runs across Bakugo, but they both look at each other, and Midoriya says to him that may the best man win as Bakugo smirks and walks away. As they are in the auditorium of the school, President Mike proceeds to explain the rules of the entrance exam to the kids. It's simple. Take down the robots, and each robot has a point that goes from 0 to 3. And after explaining these rules, he proceeds to tell the kids to go to their testing arenas. Midoriya gets ready for the exams. He stretches and clears his throat. Then President Mike yells, "The entrance exams began." Midoriya doesn't waste any time. He sprints until he comes across a three-pointer and burns the bot until it explodes. After doing so, he manipulates the fire from the explosion into balls, creating fireballs, then launches it at another robot. He keeps doing this until he starts to feel a slight headache growing. Then Midoriya decides to switch to his father's quirk as he proceeds to burn the bots again and again until he has a total of 60 points. He thinks to himself that it's more than enough, and then all of a sudden a giant zero-pointer robot comes in out of nowhere. Midoriya decides to run to find more robots so he can place higher. Then all of a sudden he hears a girl scream. He turns around and sees that she is stuck under a bunch of rubble as the robot is about to punch the floor where the girl is. Then Midoriya jumps on pure instinct and goes all out with his fire breathing. The robot punch is being held back by how much fire is being produced. Then he feels a burn in his throat. He's at his limit, and he knows it, but he can't stop because she'll die if he doesn't do anything. Then, in a burst, he tries even harder. He gets a flashback of All Might's words saying, "Go beyond, plus Ultra," and in a quick burst, his fire turns blue. Midoriya, in massive shock, keeps using the blue flames until it melts the robot's arm off. As he sits there out of breath, time is up. The girl thanks him for saving him and asks for his name. He says that his name is Izuku Midoriya as she asks for her name, and she says it's Ochaku Uraraka. A few weeks go by and he gets a letter from UA High saying that he's made it into the hero course and that he placed number 1 with a total of 100 points, saying that he received 40 points for going out of his way to save a girl, risking his life for her when no one else would. And as he sits there celebrating, he wonders what's next as he starts his new adventure at UA High. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. So it's pretty late at night, and that's why I sound pretty quiet in this video. But if you guys enjoyed What If Deku Had a Quirk, the new reboot of an old series of mine, make sure you smash that like button, guys. If we get about, I don't know, this is a new series, so I want to shoot high. Let's say 60 likes. If this video hits 60 likes, I'll release part 2, or I'll start working on part 2 and all that cool stuff. And don't worry, guys, Midoriya Quirk List part 6 is coming soon. Give it time, guys. Yeah, so just give that time. It'll probably come out on Monday of this recording. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure this video gets to 60 likes so we can get part 2. Peace out.